And I just get so fucking frustrated that nothing works, everything breaks, and that this is like such a hidden cost of if you are not sharing these things with someone else.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we've got a video for you from Gentleman's Club, taking a look at a wave of single women breaking down over debt, sky-high rent, and how expensive it is to, guess what, be alone. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's jump right into the video.
I'm an exhausted single mother living in California, paying $2,000 for rent, and I feel like I am drowning. I am drowning in debt. What I was chasing, what I thought I wanted in my life as far as marriage and children and fame and success, I don't want any of that anymore. I just want to be able to live.
She chased marriage, fame, and success, and is somehow shocked that the life that she built around herself has a price tag attached. Maybe the missing piece in this whole equation is the significant other that she never bothered to keep around.
So I hate the fact that money has such control over my life. I actually can't afford to survive, and I don't know if this is just like a me thing or like an everyone thing. Also, by the way, I just feel like I have to clarify this because people will say shit, but like I do have my nails done because I went through something quite traumatic at the start of the month and my friend wanted to treat me. However, not like I should explain that anyway. I am struggling so hard with like just living and existing. Like all I want is my bills to be paid and just like Bo to be happy, and that feels so hard. Like every single month it's a struggle. I've now just got another job, so I'll be working 7 days a week, and people keep suggesting me, why don't you do OF or do this or do that to get money, and I'm like, I don't want to have to do that to be able to pay like my bills and stuff. I really don't, but it's so hard because I'm like, how is anyone surviving? Like my bills are over £2,000 a month. And I'm like, how? Like, how is anybody doing it? It's so hard having to show up for other people and being happy and stuff when, like, oh my God, scar's going everywhere. When you feel like this. But I always feel like there's just something in my life. There's always something going on. I'm so tempted just to sell everything and just literally sleep in my car outside my mum's house, sleep at my mum's. Because I'm so over this feeling.
She is working herself into the ground 7 days a week, and her brilliant solution is to keep funding the manicure instead of the rent. Independence sure looks exhausting when there is nobody to split a single bill with.
Why isn't anybody talking about the single tax? It is significantly more expensive to be single, to the point that it's like economically irresponsible to cook when you're single. It costs $75 to make a meal, not to mention the cost of running the dishwasher, washing up all of the pots and pans. And then what am I gonna do, eat lasagna for 6 days? When I could use Uber Eats and one of their various codes each week to get a salad for $9. Imagine paying half your rent because you share your apartment with somebody, half your electricity bills, half your cable, Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, subscriptions. When you're going to the airport on a trip, you don't have to pay $70 for an Uber by yourself because you're splitting it with somebody. Forget saving money on a Costco membership. When am I ever going to use 36 apples? It's honestly the only argument I have for getting in a relationship. It is expensive to stay single. But just imagine if there were no more single people. The food and beverage industry would just like collapse.
She has accidentally made the strongest argument for getting a significant other and then framed it like a tragedy instead of a hint. Imagine doing all this math to prove you are lonely and break down crying and still calling it a lifestyle choice.
Good morning, single people, from me and whatever my hair has decided to do today. I want to talk about the economy, kind of. If you are single, you know how expensive it is to be single. You don't split rent, you don't split a mortgage, you don't split the electric bill, the internet bill, nothing. You pay for everything 100% on your own. That costs a lot of fucking money. I don't think that feeling better about being single should cost a lot of money. So when I see dating coaches and matchmakers charging thousands, literally thousands, for something that is not guaranteed and does not have a refund policy, I get concerned. I don't think single people who want partnership are going to be single forever. I don't think that the only way to feel good about being single is to choose being single forever. I don't believe in that. I believe in feeling good while we're single for as long as we happen to be single. And I don't believe in trying to buy our way out of singlehood by paying a matchmaker or a dating coach $3,000. If you do not feel good about your singlehood, if it is frustrating, exhausting, deeply upsetting, and just bringing you the fuck down, you don't deserve that. Since 2019, I have run a podcast helping single people feel better about what we are. It costs $5 per month. It always has, and it always will. You cannot buy a partner, but you can buy a really good podcast.
This has to be one of the most hilarious videos I've seen in a long time. I won't get too mean about it, guys, but you would have to pay me a significant amount of money to listen to a podcast like this. That is absolutely terrible.
Anyone else in their 30s just realize that it's not even worth it to put that much effort into your job? Like, is that just me? I feel like in my 20s, I was like, I got this. I'm going to do everything and I'm going to be the best at it. And then I got in my 30s and I was like, it doesn't matter if you're the best at it. It doesn't matter if you do everything. In fact, do less and you're probably going to get promoted. Do more and you're going to get kept in the same spot because you know what? They want you because there's a bunch of people who figured it out to start doing less, but you haven't. So they need you to do all the work that all the other people are refusing to do. So do less and you will get ahead. Do more and you'll be kept behind. That is what I would tell all the 20-something-year-olds because I wish I knew that. You're not going to listen. That's fair. But you should.
Her life advice is to coast harder, and somehow that is supposed to land her ahead of everyone who actually tries. This is the energy that gets handed off to a man to clean up about 5 years later.
I thought it would be funny to show y'all how much debt I've racked up since getting fired in September and being unemployed for the last 9 months. It's pretty bad. I only have 3 cards and I've maxed out majority of them. So here's one credit card. Here's my second, which is maxed out and actually over, interestingly enough. Same for this one. Yep. That's me. Meaning that's a whopping $11,632.98. By the way, I'm 23. So there's that.
She maxed out 3 cards while unemployed and is treating the reveal like a fun little party trick instead of a warning. Nothing says financially responsible like being 11 grand in the hole before you even turn 25.
You ever been so fucking broke, you just know something good is about to happen because ain't no fucking way. Oh, fuck. Like, you try to make a good situation out of every goddamn thing, but shit, the world we live in, bitch, soon as you go outside, you spending $100. Why the fuck is it this shit was set for us to fail? I swear to God, bitch, because you can't go nowhere in this motherfucker without spending money. I don't give a fuck if you just going down the street. You spend money checking your motherfucking mailbox, bitch. Did you know that? Cause these motherfucking bills is high as giraffe pussy. And bitch, I gotta laugh to keep from crying. Ain't no sense in crying, bitch. You already knew you had that bill once before, but I'm just saying, God damn, can a bitch get a break? Why the fuck we gotta pay the same bill every month? Bitch, give me a break. Give me a discount, bitch. I pay my shit on time. Every month my bills are paid. Give a bitch a break. But y'all drop y'all thoughts down in the comments if y'all agree. Bye, muscleheados.
She is genuinely outraged that bills arrive every month like that is some kind of personal attack invented to ruin her. The concept of a recurring expense should not be this shocking to a grown adult.
It has been 5 days since I have been able to eat anything. Why, Courtney? Why haven't you ate in 5 days, you may ask? Well, Trump decided to take my food stamps, $4,300 in food stamps a month, my cash assistance, my disability, my Section 8, $10,000 a month in welfare benefits that I have been receiving for 13 years. 13 years. I have never had a job. I'm never going to get a job. I don't even know how to fill an application out. He took my food stamps. I have 6 kids to support. 6 kids. So everything that I have
13 straight years of benefits, and the plan was apparently to never once consider a backup for the day that it stopped. 6 kids and 0 contingency is not a system failing her, that is a choice catching up with her.
spent my money on these past few days has been my kids. Because my kids aren't going to starve. It's been 5 days per me. 5 days. Because he decided to take away food stamps from a family of 7. How the hell am I supposed to feed my kids now? How the hell am I supposed to keep a roof over their head when I have to pay right now out of pocket? Out of pocket. I pay, well, the state pays $1,100 a month for me to live here, plus a $300 check for my utilities. That's also gone. So we're just gonna be on the streets, starving and on the streets because you decide to take my food stamps? Why? Why?
She openly says that she has never worked and cannot fill out an application, and then wonders why losing the check feels like the end of the world. That is not bad luck, that is 13 years of leaning on something that was never guaranteed.
I think there are a lot of people out there who think that being a single person is really easy financially because they're like, oh, well, you only have to pay for yourself. And like, wrong. Yeah, I do only have to pay for myself, which means I have to pay for my rent entirely by myself. I don't split it with a partner. My council tax bill, even though there's only one person, is only discounted by 25%. So if you're splitting your bill down the middle with a partner, I'm still paying more than you individually. My energy bills, yeah, okay, I pay less than you, but I'm not paying half because most of that cost is a standing charge. If I want to go on holiday, I have to pay for the room or the cabin entirely by myself. If I want to get a mortgage, I have to have a bigger deposit, and I can't get approved to borrow as much because I only have one income. Like, financially, is really, really difficult to be a single person, and I think more people need to remember that when they're talking to their single friends.
She has built a whole spreadsheet to prove that going it completely alone costs more than sharing a life with someone. Man, we sure have some geniuses out there today.
It is 8:09 a.m., June 23rd, 2025. And I am currently at a job that I don't like. It is not my passion. For years, I have done things, worked jobs, things that made me so uncomfortable just to be able to pay bills and provide for my kids. I can no longer do that no more. It does not fulfill me. I'm such a creative person. I'm an artist. I rap, I sing, I can style, I can do hair. I'm such a creative person, and this.
She is quitting the thing that pays the bills because it does not fulfill her creative spirit. Can you imagine if men did this, by the way, guys? Like, yeah, I don't feel like working today. It's too damn hard. It doesn't fulfill my creative spirit. That man's bloodline would die out tomorrow. What are we even talking about?
This 9 to 5, it does not show the creative person that I am. I am making a vow right now, today. I cannot live like this. I hate it. I'm going to start putting me first. I'm not going to deal with this no more. I'm walking out on faith. I'm stepping out on faith, excuse me. I'm giving it all to God, and I'm asking Him, please remove me from this. You know all my talents, and I'm willing to work to get there, Lord Jesus. This I just cannot know. I can no longer do this no more. It's breaking my spirit. It's dulling my shine. And I refuse to do it.
Stepping out on faith sounds inspiring until you remember faith has never once covered an electric bill here, okay? This is the exact leap that ends with a family member getting a very awkward phone call about rent.
I'm thinking about how most jobs are so nothing. Like, there's really not that much to do. Because on Earth, there's really not that much to do. Like, the Earth doesn't really require much from us. But we have to make it seem like there's a lot to do because of the amount of money that we're pushing around. and we only have to push around that amount of money because other people are pushing around that amount of money.
She has decided that work itself is a scam invented to keep everyone busy, which is a convenient theory when you do not want to do any work at all. The earth may not require much, but the landlord absolutely does. So get back out there, queen.
Wealthy people do not have jobs. So if you cannot get a job, or every job you get fired, or like some shit just happens where you are not able to continue working there, that is a major sign from spirit that you're being guided into entrepreneurship. That God wants you to get on a supernatural payroll. The same way some people cannot be entrepreneurs is the same way some people cannot work under somebody else. And entrepreneurship is 100% spiritual. When you get into entrepreneurship, you have to completely rely on God and yourself. You have to completely surrender to the path that God is putting you on. If you really want to up-level your spiritual journey, become an entrepreneur. And a lot of people feel stuck like, oh, well, what do I do? I don't know if I have any value to offer. I don't know if I have anything to sell. I don't know what to start a business with. Your purpose is rooted in the things that come the easiest to you, or the things that you have overcome that people are going through right now. You only need to be one step ahead of somebody to help another person up. Make sure you're doing the inner work so that you can find out what your purpose is, and then you could profit from your purpose. I help women get paid to exist by building confidence, discipline, and a digital income, because I believe the happiest women are women who do what they want and who are paid doing it. If that's where you are, you could work with me personally through the link in my bio, or you could grab any of the resources that I have up there as well and follow for more.
Getting fired is apparently a divine message, and the cure just happens to be like digital courses that she's selling or something. I mean, funny how every one of these spiritual awakenings ends with a link in their bio, man. Holy hell.
We have now taken over the masculine traits of men, which doesn't allow them to be men. I'm coming to a place where I'm going to stand up for the things that keep me out of survival, for the things that keep me out of this masculine of just like feeling the need to do and do and do so it can keep me safe, but it doesn't benefit me in allowing me to be soft. I have these guards up so freaking high that it just defeats the purpose. Being defensive and stuff, it keeps us alone, keeps us exhausted, it keeps us disconnected, it just keeps all of us out of touch. And we have now taken over the masculine traits of men, which doesn't allow them to be men. It only allows them to be weaker. Now they feel somewhat intimidated, and I get it. Like, we should take a lot of pride, and like now we have rights, and now we can do the thing that they've once told us that we couldn't do. But there's a very thin line. You gotta also allow men to be men. We're gonna continue to be complaining about these men not being men, but we're not allowing them to be men because we're so in our masculine, and then we make fun of them for being soft sometimes, like, and now like the roles have reversed, and it just defeats the entire purpose. We should have both yin and yang to like balance each other out.
She correctly notices the problem and then frames it like it fell out of the sky instead of being the whole point of the last 50 years. You cannot spend decades pushing men out and then act surprised when they leave the room.
Feminism gave us choice. It gave you choice to be a stay-at-home mom, and it gave me choice to... No, it actually took away your choice. Because as soon as the government realized that women could be manipulated into being a voting bracket and to contributing to a 2-household income, and that they could tax that, everything broke after that. You guys are the same people that complain about the fact that we cannot survive off of a single income household, which is true. I'm not going to argue that. But you can't in one breath say that you can't survive off of a single income household in 2026 in America, and then also say that you have the choice to be a stay-at-home mother this day. And let's just for one second grant you the idea that back then we had absolutely no choice, which is not true, but I'm just going to grant you that idea. Wouldn't you rather have the obligation that actually left women much happier than they are in 2026 right now? Women are on record levels of SSRIs, antidepressant and anxiety medication.
I actually agree with what this woman is saying. I think they just wanted to double the tax as well, but let's pass on a huge congratulations for the women who bought into this crap, guys. They are strong and independent, and they can continue to be. So good luck out there.
Therapy sessions. Women are not happy. Neither are men, but this is about women right now. Sure, there were things that women dealt with back then, but overall happiness rates were better. Women could stay at home with their children. They didn't have to outsource care to some other person. Feminism was the perfect lie that gave you the illusion that you have choice, while turning you into a sheep that votes for whatever they tell you to. So yeah, I'd rather not have choice. Honestly, I'd rather not have choice. I'd rather it be one way. And that one way I'd prefer it to be when women were happier and could stay at home with their children and cook and clean for their husband and not listen to another man that's not their husband tell them what to do all day at a 9 to 5. Feminism is a lie.
Her argument is that trading the home for the office came with a side of SSRIs nobody warned about. The happiness stats are grim enough that even her critics have to pause for a second.
At what point in time did we lose the plot so severely we think it's okay to demean women for the lives they choose to live? I saw a video yesterday of a woman talking about the girlies who say that they are more in their divine when they're able to stay home or more relaxed, whatever, that it's patriarchy rebranded. And I disagree. True feminism is about giving men and women the option to live their lives however they want to. Self-actualization looks different for everyone. And the reality is that second wave feminism propagated women to exist in competition with men in career. It didn't break down the structures that already existed. It created room for women to compete within the structures that exist that were built by men. And so when you demean women for choosing to be stay-at-home mothers, which already being a caregiver is often an underworked, undervalued job and underappreciated in our capitalist system, but that's a separate argument. When you demean those women, you are holding them up to a standard created by men. You are saying that in them not girl bossing, in a way that's supportive to capitalism, by the way, they aren't stepping into their power because that version of power has been defined by men. Make it make sense.
True feminism is the option. Yes, I can't see how this one is possibly going to go wrong, guys. And like, it's funny, right? Because this is like women's attempt at retaining the feminism thing while being traditional at the same time. It really doesn't work that way. I don't think men are buying that nonsense.
I find it interesting in these times of how men are just, I don't know what's in the water, but remember not too long ago when like a family was going into crisis and men just went on to, the head of the household just did whatever he needed to do, work 2 jobs and sacrifice so much and all that. Well, now cut to 2025, they're just like, well, I'm just going to give up and just kind of pass it on to the woman, and the woman, wife or girlfriend is taking on all the burden of financial responsibility and the kids. Anyways, you wonder why women are just fed up and just threw our hands up, because if like a crisis or like I said, someone's out of a job for a temporary period, the weight and stress and burden, especially financial burden, usually falls on us because men just don't know how to be men.
She is mourning the provider men she helped chase off, and then she's wondering where they all went. The same culture that mocked men for trying is now stunned that they stopped trying altogether. Absolutely genius.
I don't know what's in the water. And I know it's not all men, it's not to bash them, but it's just been my experience because I was on call for a period of time when my son was little. And guess who was asking money from family members to help cover the rent? Do you think he got a second job? No. That's a whole nother story. And people are like, I don't want to hear like, oh, well, you shouldn't put up with that, this, that, and the third. That was almost 10 years ago. It's done with. Like, I provide for myself now. Obviously, I won't put myself through that again because I'll have more discernment to choose a better partner, because the signs were in the beginning of that relationship of him not being the provider type and really motivated. And unfortunately, I found that out after I had my son. So anyways, it's a cautionary tale for a lot of us women, especially as we get older. And yeah, it's just a thing I notice, especially when I listen to the Dan Ramsey show. It's just, the men can't handle anything, and it's always the woman calling in, explaining their situation, and it's just sad, and it shouldn't be like that, especially if you have kids, because we're supposed to be the moms and nurture and hold together a household, and the man's supposed to do his thing to provide. Yeah, that's just what I noticed, and I hope it gets better.
She picked a man with every red flag waving and is now presenting the fallout as a mystery of the modern age, guys. The signs were there in the beginning. She just wanted to find out the hard way.
Now, here's the deal with women, right? Women, generally, in this day and age, they don't want to rely on a man. They want to be completely independent. They want their freedom. I'm not going to lie, so do I. And they don't want to be or feel beholden to a man. The problem is, women need men way more than they think or will ever admit. Like, men, especially alpha, high, powerful men, don't actually need a woman, because if they earn enough money, usually men earn more, they can get a cleaner, they can go out for dinner, they can just buy ready meals, they can get Meals on Wheels delivered to their house. They can literally pay for some spice as well if they want it. Women do need men. Like, I don't want to have to rely financially on a man because I don't want to feel he has more power over me. But then in the industry I work in, I also rely on men for my income, you know?
It is almost refreshing to hear one of them just come out and admit it for once. Needing each other was never the insult they all decided to treat it as.
The reason I lift weights is, one, because to better my body, but two, because who else is gonna carry this thing into my house for me? Not no man. No ma'am. So pray for me, because I'm about to throw my back out. Listen, like, it was easy getting into the car because I had the little basket, but now the basket's gone. So I gotta play Tetris and get this thing into my front door. Like, what?
Where are the handymen at? Like, I swear I'm always doing all these projects around my house. And obviously, you know, I live alone, well, with my two broke besties, but
She is one back injury away from learning exactly why having a strong man around used to be normal. Patting yourself on the back mid-task is a lot less impressive than just asking for help.
he ain't gonna help me do nothing. And I'm always having to lift and move everything around. So today's goal was to get my Peloton in the garage because I'm going to ride it while my kids play outside, because I haven't used it but maybe twice since I moved to Texas, which has been a little over a year now. And I paid a big price for that bike, so I'm going to get active and get on that thing. So I had to move this couch out the way, and then I swept my whole garage, but I still had to make sure that I had room to park in there. But I have a 2-car garage, and I only have 1 car, so it only made sense. And eventually I'm going to buy a treadmill for my garage as well and just make a whole garage gym, while my car can still fit, though, because I'm not parking in the driveway, okay? But when I tell you that this Peloton bike is so heavy, and if you have one, you know. And I moved this all the way to the garage by myself. Like, honestly, I'm patting myself on the back because I broke a crazy sweat while doing it. But my vanity came today, and this was in the room and in the place where the vanity's going. So I had to get it out immediately because I need to get that vanity put together. And no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to hire somebody to do that because that's just doing too much. I already did enough today, broke a sweat. I'm good. I'm ready to chill now. But the bike is in the garage. I'm ready to get back on there with my trainer, Alex. And if you know, you know, Alex is so freaking sweet and he will get you right. But the Peloton looks good out here. I was worried that it's too hot in Texas, but I think it'll be okay.
She turned a 2-minute favor into an hour-long workout just to avoid asking anyone for a hand. Independence is doing the hardest version of every task and then filming yourself for sympathy.
This video is for the girlies, actually anyone who has never changed their own oil before but is confident that they can do it on their own. Let's get started. Okay, so I was going to use a jack, but then I found these at my parents' house and I'm going to use that instead. Scratch that. Car's too low. Gotta use the jack. My arms are dead. Almost. I'll be perfectly honest, I have no idea what kind of tools I'm gonna need when I get under there, so we're gonna just get under there and check it out. Okay, we got it. It's this one. And it's this right here. So we're gonna screw that off and drain the oil. Gotta thank my ex. He fucking screwed this shit on so tight. Fuck. Can't get it. All right, I got some other shit. I don't know if any of these are gonna work, but we're gonna try. Okay, this might be dumb, but
She watched a clip and decided a professional job was beneath her and the car had other plans. Confidence is great, but it has never once loosened a bolt, so good luck with that one.
does it go clockwise or counterclockwise? I would think counterclockwise, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, but this shit is fucking ridiculous. I'm fucking pissed. I have been trying for like an hour. I even got the proper fucking tool, but I can't get it. It's screwed on too tight. I can't. I'm so fucking mad. I'm back home. I asked my neighbor to come, my mom's neighbor, to come and see if he could get the fucking screw off. And he couldn't get it off either. So it's not just me. And now it's stripped from trying to get it off. That's how tightly it was screwed on. So I just wasted 2 hours of time on something that was supposed to take 20 minutes. And I know I could do it if I could just get that damn screw off. So yeah, now I just don't even know what I'm gonna do, because if I go to a shop, they're gonna tell me it's stripped as well. But I'm sure they have a way to get it off. So what a fucking waste. I am so irritated. And yeah, I guess I do need help, even though I didn't think I did.
2 hours, a stripped bolt, and a borrowed neighbor later, she arrives at the obvious answer that she started with. It turns out admitting that you need help is a smarter decision than ruining your car.
Nobody is talking about how expensive it is to be single, okay? Because when you're single, you don't have anybody that's out here buying you food, helping you with the bills, and if something breaks, you don't have no handy-dandy man around the house that's like, oh, I got it, babe, I'll fix it when I get home, or whenever he decide to fix it. No, you either got to get on YouTube University, or you got to go pay somebody. You got to go pay somebody else's man to come in your house and fix it for you. It's too expensive to be single, and people want to be out here cheating, and you better lock you one person down, because it's too expensive out here to be alone, okay? Don't just go lock down anybody, you know, make sure they respectful and they love you, but y'all also got to understand it's a business. A relationship is really a business, okay? You got to invest in one another, and I need somebody to come invest into me, because it's expensive to be single. Yeah, I want somebody to buy me some food, pick me up some food on the way home, or you know, buy me something just because. I don't know.
She is basically reading off the receipt for a problem a significant other would have split in half. The whole speech is just a long way of admitting the bills hit different when you are by yourself, which everyone could have told you.
I just pumped my own gas. In this negative warm weather, y'all. In terms of this, I need a man. In terms of this, I miss having a man, because what the fuck? Oh my goodness. I can't even drive. Oh, want me to go back? Hey!
Even she cannot fake the Independence Act when she has to buy her own gas and haul everything alone.
I'm not gonna lie, don't tell the feminists, but I would rather stay home and cook and clean. I would rather do it. When I tell you I love to cook and clean, just don't tell the feminists. I love to do it, and I love to do it for a man. I do. However, not outside of marriage. Absolutely not. That sounds like hell. But just to see the look on a man's face when you cook him a meal that is so good, you could just tell he's proud. There's just something, I don't know, there's something within me as a woman. Maybe it's almost turning 25 that got me thinking, like, this cooking and cleaning thing isn't bad. Like, I just don't understand why women wanted to work. What was the point? Like, there is nothing satisfying about working. A man that takes care of you, a man that provides for you, you don't have to worry about anything, no bills. I will cook and clean all day. Like, what is the complaint? I'm making some fire food tonight. I'm going to serve it, and I'm just enjoying it. Yes, I'm crying over some onions, but is this what we fought for as women? I don't know. I'd rather cry over some onions than cry about a job, that's for sure.
She is having more fun crying over onions than she ever had crying over a job, and she knows it. The thing she was told to resent turned out to be the thing that actually makes her happy.
Don't get me wrong, I love being single and I love living alone. It's great, it's fantastic, but fuck, it's expensive. Ah! I just spent $600 on brakes on my car, just on the front part of the car, because I couldn't afford all 4 brakes and axles and rotors and whatever the fuck. And then now I just paid my car payment, which is $500, so I just blew $1,100 in like 3 hours, and it wasn't even like fun, you know? Fuck. Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 you work, and it's just to pay off like your basic necessities.
She loves the freedom right up until the repair bill shows up with nobody to share it. $600 on brakes hits a lot harder when the whole hit lands on one paycheck.
Ah! And you can't, like, in this city that I live in, public transport, please. If I were to do public transport, it's like asking to get rate, and I really shouldn't be crying because now I have to go to another work event, and now I'm gonna be all puffy. I'm just... Living is so expensive. Just keeping yourself alive and floating is so expensive. And what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted is if I were to take public transport here, especially for my job requires a car. I have to have a bunch of shit that I have to lug with me for work. And I can't do that with public transport. I'm venting. Inflation sucks. Just living in America sucks. Living alone sucks. It's great, but it sucks. Because you have to front all the expenses by yourself. I need a husband just so that I can live. So we can split the bills.
It is so expensive to be single and to pay for all of these expenses by yourself.
She has now stated outright that she needs a husband purely to make the numbers work. I don't know about you guys, but men are not going to be signing up just to help her with her bills. It's actually deeply insulting.
For context, I do live in the Bay Area, so it is hella expensive to live here. But this is essentially how much I pay in a month by myself. Close to $4,000 if I'm lucky. And again, it's not that I can't pay for these things, because obviously I'm out here living and thriving and a little hungry, but it's fine. However, it's usually the things that I don't account for on the monthly that like internally kills me. Like, for example, emergencies. Y'all, it's not only like costly, but the emotional expense to doing it by yourself.
She lays out $4,000 a month with no one to split it with and calls it living and thriving. The spreadsheet is screaming for a roommate or a significant other, and she is calling it empowerment. But hey, good luck out there, you absolute queen.
Is like, oh, like when you're like in your bed and your like car just broke down, you're like, fuck, damn, I just need someone to hold me real quick. Instead, you're out here holding your fucking stuffed animal. But also, I pay $1,700 to share a condo with another person. Can I afford my own place? Sure, but it would actually be cheaper if I was splitting those expenses with someone else. I can't tell you the amount of people that I know that are still in relationships because of the rent. Also the groceries. $600 on groceries? Like, Diana, what are you doing?
The stuffed animal detail is the whole video in one sad image, and she did not mean to give us that at all, okay? All the budgeting in the world does not fix the part where nobody is there at the end of the day.
Got another complaint about late stage capitalism, specifically about being a single woman. Which I do recognize that we can't romanticize the past here all the time, because women couldn't even own their own credit card until like what, the 70s. The fight for independence and autonomy and respect as a single woman in particular, so it's such a fucking uphill battle. And one of those things is the fact that those hidden costs, I guess I could say, is that I have never had a wedding shower, any sort of shower. Every single thing I've had to buy myself, and everything breaks. Nothing is good quality. My laundry basket that I took forever to decide on, I spent like 6 months deciding what laundry basket I wanted, what would fit in my apartment, what my budget for a laundry basket was. I found a cheap one that looked exactly like what I wanted, but at Ross Dress for Less. That was within my budget. I got it. It's already broken.
She spent 6 months picking a laundry basket on a budget and it broke anyway, which is somehow society's fault or something. I mean, at some point, the pattern stops being capitalism and starts being the person buying the cheapest of everything and just breaking things, for example.
And I just get so fucking frustrated that nothing works, everything breaks, and that this is like such a hidden cost of, if you are not sharing these things with someone else, or if you are not being bought these things, these are just like other disposable income things that add up, that if your paycheck is only enough to pay for bills, like, you don't want your items to break. Like, also, like, my, God, I'm just getting so fucking frustrated. I'm kind of, like, at my wit's end right now. Like, my vacuum kind of was, like, breaking, and I'm just like, great, now I, like, seriously, can we not have nice things? I literally just have been isolating myself from everyone because I feel like I'm really negative, and I don't want to make anyone else feel this negativity, but I truly don't know what to do anymore. Like, I am freaking out by how difficult it is, like, to survive. And anyway,
She is drowning in frustration and pushing away the exact people who could help her carry it. Isolating yourself and then crying about being alone is a loop that she keeps choosing.
I'm irritated as hell. Like, you could see it all in my ass, G. Today made me realize that I need a man. I do. Me thinking I don't, I lied. I am just a girl. I ain't even made no content today, y'all. My eyes look like they finna cry and shit. But I'm not finna cry cause I'm a G. But I am mad as hell right now. It's always something. Like, I never get a break on nothing. I'm literally running back and forth, tearing myself up to make shit happen. Yep, I need a man.
After a full video of women swearing they do not need anyone, it all ends with a literal plea to be rescued. The whole compilation collapses into one tired caption that says everything the speeches tried to deny in the first place. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.